What's up squad, it's Amateyo and today we'll be taking a look at the Shonen anime World Trigger and its power system. Power systems are an essential part of anime. It allows us to understand why things happen the way that they do. Anime power systems are deeply rooted in what makes a particular anime so attractive and memorable. It is one of the most critical aspects of a shonen anime that gives it a unique appeal. This underrated anime, World Trigger, has a unique power system and today I will be examining this system. Let's get right into it. Perfect. Let's start with the beginning. The story of World Trigger begins with a large-scale invasion on Earth, specifically in Mikado City, where Trion soldiers attacked the city, killing over 1,200 people with over 400 people still missing. Conventional weapons were useless against these Trion soldiers. It was only when Border intervened, a secret organization, that the invasion ended. After that, Border's headquarters was built in the middle of Mikado City, in an area called the Danger Zone, and began recruiting members. Headquarters became the main facility of Border, the Border Defense Agency, which main goal was to defend Earth from invasions. To fight off enemies of the invasions, called Trion soldiers, one needs to be able to use triggers. And normally, to be able to use triggers, one would have to enlist into Border and become an official Border agent. The combatants of Earth are all part of Border and are called Border agents. Border creates and distributes triggers, and the main purpose of agents is to protect the city from neighbor attacks and invasions. But first, what is a trigger? Well, a trigger is a product of neighbor technology. To put it simply, technology from extraterrestrial races from other worlds. Earth got triggers from space, pretty much. Triggers are manipulated and powered by Trion. And although often used in combat as weapons, triggers do have other functions. What is Trion then? Trion is a biological energy that resides in every human being. This energy is produced by an invisible organ called the Trion gland, and this invisible organ is located near the heart. So Hunter x Hunter has Nen, Jujutsu Kaisen has cursed energy, World Trigger has Trion, and Trion is used to power up triggers. This concept is really interesting. Biological energy produced by the body being used to power up weapons made by technology. Humans had this energy all along, but had to receive the technology from other worlds. Triggers. You need to have enough Trion to activate a trigger. So even though everyone has Trion, not everyone has sufficient Trion, and not anyone can become a Border agent. The amount of Trion an individual can produce varies from low, average, high, and immense Trion, and that energy amount directly affects the power of triggers. The more Trion a trigger user has, the better that user will be in battle. Unless customized, triggers are made the same, so it is Trion value that affects the output of triggers. This means that the volume of Trion, average, high, or immense, will affect how much power a trigger gives out. Immense giving out the most power. Two people with the same triggers would produce different results based on their Trion level. This affects various things like the durability of triggers. Example, how much damage a shield can take before it breaks, or the damage a trigger receives when clashing with other triggers. Offensively, it can affect the output damage of triggers, making some attacks even stronger. It can even affect how many attacks a combatant can use since attacks consume Trion, and also how long a trigger can be used for. People with high and immense Trion would most likely become Border combatants, although immense Trion users are extremely rare. It is important to note that the Trion gland can increase Trion production if exerted regularly, much like a muscle, but it stops developing at the age of 20. This is why Border recruit agents while they're young. After the age of 20, the Trion gland starts to decay, if not exerted. So exercising, eating healthy, using Trion often, etc. can help increase the Trion volume by a certain amount until the age of 20, after which Trion can be maintained. Hey guys, just a quick reminder that this is a new YouTube channel, so any support would be greatly appreciated. So if you do enjoy the videos, then smash that like button and subscribe if you want to see more of my content. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this video. There are abilities called side effects in World Trigger. A side effect is an ability manifested in a certain individual with high Trion levels. This ability usually takes the form as an enhanced physical ability or an extrasensory ability. Some examples of these abilities include being able to see the future, sensing danger, and enhanced hearing. Even without joining border or knowing how to fight using triggers or anything about Trion for that matter, a side effect can develop within an individual with high Trion levels. As you can imagine, a side effect is a plus and can certainly make agents better at combat, but it's a rare ability. This is a trigger holder, and inside of it, triggers are kept. A total of 8 triggers can be stored in a trigger holder. Main triggers, defensive triggers, optional triggers, all of these can be stored. 4 in the main section and 4 in the subsection. This simply means that 4 triggers are assigned to the dominant hand and 4 to the non-dominant hand, making it possible to wield 2 triggers at once. It could be 2 of the same trigger or a combination of triggers. The main triggers are the triggers used by the 3 main combat positions: attackers, gunners, and snipers. Optional triggers lack offensive or defensive capabilities, but they do add to the user's flexibility in combat. Defense triggers, well, provide defense. They are usually shields, and trap triggers can set traps and can be detonated remotely to cause damage to enemies or to help allies. Border triggers are created with the intention that many people can use them, but they can be customized and there are new prototypes and triggers being developed. Different nations create different triggers. Border triggers are considered to be weaker by other nations, but they boast versatility and create unique fighting styles by combining triggers. To activate a trigger, you have to be in contact with the holder and transfer Trion into it. Your physical human body is then replaced with a Trion body, an artificial body made of Trion. The physical body is then stored inside of the trigger holder, and at that point, triggers can be used. When using the Trion body, the user is stronger and faster than in their physical body and take almost no damage from attacks that are not made from Trion. Trion attacks damages Trion bodies. When an agent enrolls into border at a C rank level as a trainee, there are 3 combat positions that they can choose: attacker, gunner, or sniper, and these 3 positions all have different triggers available to choose from. Combat positions are based on actual positions. Attackers are close range combatants, gunners are mid range, and snipers are long ranged. The main triggers available to attackers include Raygust, Kogetsu, and Scorpion. The main triggers available to gunners include Asteroid, Hound, Viper, and Meteor. The main triggers available to snipers include Egret, Lightning, and Ibis. These are considered the main combat triggers, and each of them has different characteristics, strengths, and weaknesses. As mentioned before, there are also optional triggers that assist in battle. There are defensive triggers that provide defense, and even exclusive optional triggers available to a specific trigger. These triggers, when utilized, create a unique and versatile combat system. These are all considered normal triggers created by technology. There is another kind of trigger called black triggers, and these triggers far surpass the power of normal triggers. In border, an agent in possession of a black trigger is automatically considered a S rank agent. These triggers are extremely rare, mainly because of how they are created. Trigger users who have high Trion levels pour all their life energy and their Trion into an object, resulting in the user's death, leaving behind them a black trigger. But these triggers can't be used by just anyone. They have to be compatible between the user and the creator of that trigger. So, how do border agents become stronger and rank up? Since everyone in border pretty much has the same triggers available to them, it all depends on how those triggers are utilized. Certain triggers in the hands of certain border agents can be lethal. There are border agents who are known for their mastery using certain triggers, taking it to another level. A mastery of those weapons can be achieved from practicing. This, along with exerting the Trion glands to increase Trion production, is the best way to get better at using triggers. Of course, having skill sets such as knowledge, planning, and battle experience makes a border agent even stronger. World Trigger is unique in the way that it is not just about individual strength but as a unit. There are 4 ranks available to border agents. Now, a rank does not constitute an actual hierarchy of strength, but it expresses the status of an agent and their team within border. Just like Saitama would be low rank but actually be overpowered, or should I say just like Yuma. So we have C rank. C rank is the lowest rank, and C rank are basically trainees. They are not allowed to use triggers outside of training. Then we have B rank and A rank. These are official agents with normal triggers, with A rank being the higher rank. And finally we have S rank. S rank are official agents with black triggers. As a C rank trainee, you start off with 1000 points, and these points can either be increased or decreased based on certain drills or rank wars. When an agent achieves 4000 points using a specific trigger, that agent is then promoted to B rank and allowed to form a team. After that, to advance to A rank, a unit must perform well in rank wars. So it is not an individual that is promoted to A rank, but the team as a whole. Rank battles are official battles between border agents as training to increase their rankings. There are both solo and team matches. So, the unique fighting styles of individuals and the formations of teams makes World Trigger what it is. It is all about a group effort and achieving a goal together. This is truly one of my favorite shonens and one of my favorite power systems. I hope you enjoyed the video. Guys, thanks for making it to the end. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you smashed that like button and subscribed for more content. You could also visit my channel and check out more of my videos. And I hope you enjoy your day.